It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got the two teams who met in Super Bowl 22. It's the Washington Commanders and the Denver Broncos. Coming up next.
Just across I-25 from downtown Denver, the usual 76,000 fans have made their way to Philip Power Field at Mile High, the home of the Broncos. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Carter, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
Here's the veteran Will Lutz to get us going. And off we go from Denver. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it's going to be 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. Picked off by Brandon Jones.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
Well, it didn't take long for Bo Nix to establish himself as a bona fide starter in this league, winning the position with the Broncos as a rookie. He has all the intangibles, but really what sticks out the most, Mike, is the amount of starts he made in college. It's kind of similar to Brock Purdy. Very experienced at the college level. Let's see how that carries over here to the NFL level.
A pickup there of 13. Good for a Denver 1st down. Play action now. It's Nix. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. 3rd down coming up.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Commanders offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They had the interception on that opening drive. It only led to a field goal, so 3-0 as the offense comes back out 1st and 10. Another run here for Robinson. And he'll have a Commanders first down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line. They'll go again with Robinson. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points, but after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
To return, it's Mims, and he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Broncos offense ready for their 2nd possession. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a 1st down. Here's Dobbins. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Taken at the 19. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Commanders' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. On first down, Daniels. A pass complete to Noah Brown. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Quick throw here is complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. And this will be knocked down. It's incomplete, but there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, that tip ball, I think, just saved a huge play because this offense found something. They had an open target with a lot of room to run, and unfortunately for them, the defender gets his hand on the ball, and that went away pretty quick.
Here's 3rd and 7. Throwing again, Daniels. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Here's Tress Way now. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. This brought him out past the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Knicks now on 1st and 10. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
And he tries to get to the edge, but cannot do it. Good job by the defense. No gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives. It is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to take over possession of the football. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. Second down and 8. Play action. Here's Daniels. That's caught downfield. McLaurin brings it in. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. A nice throw by the rookie from LSU. And he's got his team a first down. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Daniels. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. Whoa! And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll go play action here with Daniels. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Commanders.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Commanders move out to a 7-3 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun. It's Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
The offense is trying to stretch the field vertically. They're trying to put as many receivers into the coverage deep as possible. But you know what you need? You need time. You need to allow those guys to get downfield. But when you have a pass rush like this, they don't let that time unfold, and that pocket collapsed and results in a sack.
Here's their punter now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. Now fair catch, signal for, and made here at about the 43-yard line. The Commanders offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain one additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
A run here with the veteran. It's Austin Eckler. He'll work forward for a couple. Alex Singleton, there on the tackle. Third and long. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
On comes the punter now, as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punch it away. The Broncos offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Jordan McGee there on the stop. Now it's Dobbins, and it'll be a pickup of 3, so 3rd down forthcoming. Back to throw is Nix. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you. And sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
They'll motion over Samuel. Look wide. Get this one complete. .21 is the line to gain as we hit 3rd down. Throwing is Daniels. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And the Commanders go out to a 10-3 lead. After the field goal, back out is Gay to kick this one off. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Broncos offense headed back to take over once more. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one, and they'll start 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm. Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
Here's the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. And they'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. John Franklin Myers there on the stop. Now this looks like a design run, and he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They need 8 as they come up for third down. Daniels now going to look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
That is fielded at the 20. Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. The Broncos offense getting set to get back to work. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. To throw is Nix. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced, and at other times it looks like they've never practiced at all.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go in this first half. Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
That's McLaurin open on the left side. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Samuel has it working the middle. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. He pulls it in around the 5. And a critical tackle there. They were getting close to scoring. Instead, they get nothing. Time has run out. This first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. They're likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
A big one there to start the second half. A gain of 57 yards.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
A first down throw for Nix. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Second down. Nix. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves first and goal inside the low red zone.
They send Sutton in motion. Now Nick's going to look to throw, and that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Cortland Sutton. Touchdown, Denver.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. First and goal down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. It's up and through. And the Broncos will tie things up. It's now 10-10. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. But he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. There's Terry McLaurin and the Commanders' offense heading out for their next possession. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
Trying to catch the defense off guard with this designed quarterback run. Doesn't go down for a sack, but either way, defense was ready for it, able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. They run over center with Robinson. And he's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7, and he'll bring up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Taking off, he'll try to get there. A big one there on third down, good for 26 yards.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That one complete to Brian Robinson. They'll come up here on second down and 5. Here's Robinson. He'll get about 2. Alex Singleton, there on the tackle. They'll come up to third and 3. He'll get this out wide. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
The home team's offense and receiver Cortland Sutton ready to get going again. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, first and 10. They'll give it to Dobbins. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. A run with Dobbins. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. Here's a third down and 4. Mims sent in motion here. Nix from the gun on third down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 14 yards on that pass play there. First down, Broncos.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for first and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Handoff here, up the middle, trying to shove his way forward, but brought down after a gain of a yard. Here comes third and 6. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He's got his tight end, it's Ingram. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Now a give on the ground. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. Now, a second down throw for Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? Throwing. Nix. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. And the score remains level.
Mike, I'll tell you, off his foot, I thought he had it the entire way. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and the ball kind of kicks in off the upright, but other times you don't. And in this case, the upright sent it right back.
They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. They'll come up now for second down and 4. They'll run it here with Robinson. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The crowd making their presence felt. This is third down. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 39 yards.
These wide outside the number throws, this is where a quarterback really gets to show off his arm strength and arm talent. This puts a ton of pressure on the defense because now they say, all right, we have to defend every single blade of grass.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's first and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. This one caught at the 4. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be second and goal. They'll try to run with Robinson. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. It's Daniels. And he's going to be swallowed up, taken down, sacked, back at the 5.
You can tell what the decision is about how they want to approach 4th down by what they call on 3rd down. If that was a run play, then you can bet they were going to go for it on 4th. But because it was a pass, and then they take a sack, I think this coach on 4th down is leaning towards settling for 3.
So out comes Matt Gay in a big spot. This to take the lead here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So they lead by 3 here in this 4th quarter. Now have to turn it over to the defense as they kick it off. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
Nix, now to throw it here on 1st down. He goes right back to Sutton. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll stick with him again. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll throw. It's Nix. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st. So it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, I can promise you that's not what they had in mind when they called that play. They're thinking either catch the defense in deep, soft coverage, or maybe get lucky in their blitzing. In this case, they get neither and pick up a minimal gain.
Too much leg there. That one's into the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll motion over Samuel. He'll get this out to the left flat. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. He finds the veteran Ertz. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab.
Everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll motion over Samuel. On 2nd down, it's Eckler. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
The Commanders about to send this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And that's going to work out just fine. Good kick, well covered, touchdown at the 5. The Broncos offense ready to get back to work. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw is Nix. That's over the middle to the tight end Ingram. It is 2nd down and 5. Throwing is Nix. This one complete to Sutton. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
Nix now on 1st and 10. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. To throw is Nix. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. They get 22 yards there. Good for a Denver first down. Here's Nix to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
So I still think there's plenty of time if they can get within shot of the end zone that they can go for a touchdown and try to win this thing in regulation. You always have a field goal try in your back pocket to at least tie the game and force overtime.
Got it into the hands of Mims. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. A big play in the game now. 3rd down and 1. Here's Dobbins. And they've got it at the 19-yard line. They're into the red zone and still on the march. First down picked up. So, a win here on the road for the Commanders. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. But they come away with a hard-fought victory. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.